All right, guys, it's me, Ghost 3 Bravo, and we are doing some mining tonight again. I know it's unusual. Usually on Wednesdays, I don't do mining, but we did some stuff the other night, and it got me kind of aggravated when I was mining. So tonight we're going to try something different. Couldn't get my bore max to work the way I wanted to, so here we are. And hopefully, I'll be able to get a wave shift here at Hurl L1. If not, we will be moving on and ignoring the wave shift or any other mining gadgets for tonight. If you're just hopping on with me, I hope you had a good day today. I had a good day. So far, so good. And this is not where we're wanting to go, is it? No. I want to go down here. So yeah, basically, the last time I did any mining, I had some problems with the module not wanting to work. And let's see, what's the Okunis? Optimal charge window. Nope. Saber resistance minus 50%. Instability plus 15%. Stalwart cluster modifier 30. Instability negative 35. Optimal charge window rate 50%. So that's pretty decent. I'm almost tempted to change out the mining head too. So, is there a Helix 1? No. There is not a Helix 1. So, okay. Let me get the in-game chat off screen, because that can be kind of annoying. Let us, I want to knock the resistance down. It says it'll knock the resistance down 50%. So let's give the Saber a try. We'll get that. We'll throw it in our backpack. Or on our backpack. Bore max and Saber. What's that? So that's 2 bore maxes. Okay. Put this mask in here. I don't need that. Go to sustenance. Let's make sure we get some. Let's throw 5 in here just to be cautious. Cautiously optimistic. All right. Now, so we're going to be mining in, obviously, Hurl L1. I want to mine close to the station this time. We got 4 work orders processed that are ready to be delivered. So I think after we run 3 or 4 trips out here mining, I think we'll run cargo to Loreville with the Freelancer Max and see what we get for it, because we got all that copper and stuff for the other day. 4 should get us close to being full, but getting full is not absolutely necessary, because really I wanted to see how much that little bit of aluminum and that copper sold for. Let's retrieve our prospector. Let's go to hangar 4. Yeah, so Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Yeah, I think it was. No, it was Monday. Monday, I fell out of the back of a truck loading a table and some chairs helping a lady, and that kind of stunk, because I ended up hurting my leg, or my foot, and my ribs. But it was my fault. Being clumsy, I guess. But I'm good now. My foot's still a little hurt. Other than that, it mostly hurt my pride, because there's a guy sitting at the red light with a pickup truck, and he laughed. Like, he was laughing. And I would have probably laughed too, because as long as somebody doesn't hit their head, it's always really funny. But friend of mine was out there at the time and kind of kept me from hitting my head, which was awesome. Because I totally, like, I don't know. It all happened so fast, you know. 1 minute I'm going to jump down, and the next minute I'm laying on my back, which was totally crazy.
Thank you, and please visit again.
So, moral of the story, when you hop in the back of a truck, be careful, because you can fall. All right, so we're going to fly up here. I think this is her L1A, which is where we're trying to get to. Yeah, see, it won't let me set a route, so yeah. We're close enough. Let's go into mining mode. We're just going to do tap scanning till we find something. I want to come out here with the Drake one day and see if I can find any salvage without taking a mission. It's a little strange that we haven't found anything already. We're actually booking pretty good speed, 475 velocity through here. So when you're pinging, make sure you're paying attention to what's in front of you. Alright, our first pings have popped up. So let's fly up there and see what we got. Oh, hold the phone. We got something closer, apparently. Somewhere. Gotta be careful when we're maneuvering like this. Because you can crash pretty easy out here. That's the reason why I say that. Hopefully the audio is coming in clear. I'm always paranoid that that's not coming in right. There we go. All right. There's our rock. Hopefully this will be something small enough that we can mine with the Hofstede, because if not, if we can't get some mining fairly early, we're going to go switch out for the heads. We'll fly to Hurl L2 and see if we can get the copper. 67% copper. That was a total waste of my time. All right, let's fly back up here to this one. 9 clicks away. 9 clicks isn't too far. That's easy to get to. So I'm just wanting to explore out here in the asteroids and see what we can find. Hopefully we find some good stuff, because I want my mining trips to be a little bit faster. Yeah, I can find gold on ITA or Magda. Maybe I can find beryl or something a little less valuable out here, but it's close to the Lagrange point, so we can just swoop right in and get out, basically. Because a lot of times on the last trip out here, I was able to find stuff that I didn't even have to cut up or break open, and was able to cash in on quite a bit of agresium and stuff. So let's see what we have here. 13,000. Impossible. Says it's impossible. Let's see if it really is impossible. Resistance is 30%. Alright, see, we got it popping a little bit. There we go. It's because of that resistance. So let's try to throw the stalwart, or whatever it's called. Which one? Saber. So we're going to float over there with the Saber module. We're going to throw it on there and see what happens. I guess it'd help if I made sure I had a helmet. Yep, I do. So if you exit out of here without a helmet, you'll find out real quick. You let it do its thing. He's going to flip around because they haven't got that animation fixed yet. Make sure you're in a tractor beam mode. All right. Let's oops. I don't know why I'm hitting the wrong keys. I guess it's been a couple days. Saber module. That's what we're putting on here. All right. We need to get this. $92, $91, $92, axial scatter. $93. There we go. All right. So we've got it on there. Now this should help us with, as far as busting this impossible rock, this should help us do that. Okay, let's try to enter again. There we go. Second time's a charm, guys. You know, mining may not be, if you're watching, mining may not be the thing that you're into. I think it's a very simple gameplay loop, and you have the potential to make quite a bit of credits. So we knocked our resistance in half. So now we just got to find the sweet spot in the rock, right? There we go. Sweet spot found. So we'll stay right here, no budging. I'm not budging my mouse. If anything, I may lower it back down a little bit because it looks like we've moved a tad bit, and that's to be expected. Stay in that hot zone. And we'll work it because this one's mostly titanium and barrel, so that's kind of a good trade-off. Hopefully we can get some good busts. So sometimes these larger ones like this take a few minutes. If I had a helix head, this would be no problem. Transport to Port Olisar, 20,000 credits, 36,000. 36 million kilometers away. All right, we're really heating up now on the intensity. Let's get a little bit closer and see if that'll heat us up. There we go. I mean, we're tipping the iceberg there. Let's back out some. Because if you back out, you'll be good to go. Look at there. We busted an impossible rock using a module. The Saber module. So that really worked out really well. Now these smaller chunks will be much easier to break. I don't know how much titanium sells for. So yeah, this one's going to be super hard. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. So we got a little bitty pie that we're having to get into, right? And we got to make sure that we're not accidentally going too high, because I don't want to bust this rock while the power is critical. If it is critical, I want it to just be a little critical, like right there. So it's a violent bust, but we didn't have to worry about accidentally damaging our ship. The good thing is this is all 100% barrel, so we can suck it right on in without even having to scan it. So I think this is going to be a good bust. If we're lucky, we could fill this whole thing up with just the barrel that's in this one rock, which will be fantastic. I think tomorrow's video will be bunker running. Obviously, I like to run bunkers. It's a fast way to build cash. And after giving away several million credits, it's about time I got back into getting some millions of credits. Alright, so this one ain't so bad. It's a little bit of titanium, but a whole lot of bit of barrel. So we'll take this one too. This one's going to be finicky because our optimal window size is so small. So as soon as we hit the green pie, we're going to come down. Alright, we'll cut that off. And I'll walk it back up. And we'll scroll it down fast. And that didn't matter too much, did it? Back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay, so when you're doing this, back up some. It changes your power level greatly. So you can back all the way up. There we go. And we'll walk it back in. So this is kind of like fishing, all right? It's kind of like fishing. We need to finesse it into the green zone without getting it too high in the green zone. About 13%. All right, we're going to drop it down to 5 right there. We got a bust. Any minute now, it'll bust. Right? Yeah, it'll bust. We don't want to stay too close. We got a little bit of server lag going on with that one. Hopefully, these sections busted into mostly 100% barrel. 42, 42. So the rest have to be pretty decent barrel because our inert material is not very big. So there you go, 99.99%. So that's pretty much 100%. Because we're not going to take any inert material off of this. So we're looking at a full load of barrel on this trip, more than likely, which is going to be fantastic. So the Saber module was worth the 20,000, or yeah, what, 12,000, 20,000, something like that credits, just to get this one bust, one rock. And yeah, it took about, what, 8 minutes to bust that, right? But that's well worth it. I mean, look at this. We're full. We're already full. So we can come right here. All right. Let me hop out. I need to get my module. So there we go. A mining gadget worked exactly like it was supposed to. It cut the instability in half, right? And so with the instability cut in half, we're able to bust something that was supposedly impossible. And if you've watched my channel at all, you know I like to bust the impossible rocks because that's just where it's at. All right. Let's get our tractor beam out. Let's grab this bad boy. We did not damage the Saber module at all, so that's pretty good. All right, so let's enter inventory and throw it back on our back. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's get back in the ship. Now we're going to fly to Hurl L1. So in the first 20 minutes of this stream, right, other than me talking and getting everything started out, we've already loaded up on barrel. Which, you know, most guys are out there looking for the more expensive stuff. But I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I think we need to look down here for the station, right? There it is. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got a full inventory. That red light flashing is from the Saber module, not deactivating like it's supposed to. That used to not be a thing. I don't know when this bug came into the game, because for a while I didn't mind at all. All I did was run bunkers constantly. Run bunkers and do rock mining. Why rock mining? I don't know. I mean, rock mining is fun. You can make a lot of credits fairly quick. It's not unreasonable to make 200K an hour rock mining. But you know, you can also make like 200K an hour doing bunkers, if not more. But I always let my rep rises and then it falls. You know, I get into that category 5 and fall down to category 4, and then I'll get out and run some bunkers again, and that's usually how it goes. I think right now I'm in category 4 or level 4 in the mercenary track for Hurston. If you're watching my channel, make sure you give me that thumbs up if you like what I'm doing, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done it, because I stream every Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sometimes I stream on Mondays and Tuesdays, but that's not a guarantee.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
All right, please proceed to assigned landing bay. If they give me an icon, I might be able to do that. There it is. I don't know why icons been showing up later now either. Could be how many people's on the server. Let's see how many people we got on the server. 96. No, that's not bad at all. Unless all 90 have A2s out and they're in the same spot. I've noticed if some big event's running, like you get two orgs fighting at Ghost Hollow, it really seems to affect the performance server-wide.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
All right, let's run in here. Let's see how much it looks at the ore sales. How much we're getting. Oh, you know, the other night when them cookies, like I was talking about how it smoked up the house and stuff. Yeah, the cookies tasted like that, so they were not good at all. Nobody ate them. So, lesson learned on that one. Let's throw this thing in our house inventory, basically. A local inventory. We could run bunkers tomorrow. I don't know. Look, you guys let me know what you think in the chat right there. Should I run bunkers? Should I do rescue? Just do rescue beacons only? Let me know what you think. Don't want to accidentally send a friend request. Refinery. I don't see anything going on the nothing going on the in-game chat. So that's good. Usually, like the last time. So 36,000 credits is what all this barrel's worth. So that's pretty awesome. Begin, say 4 work orders complete. So now we're going to add a work order. And I hope to run 4 fairly quickly. And we're going to use Dink solventation. All right. I know I say Dinks all the time. So Dinks solventation is a very low speed, low cost, but high yield ore process. So here at Hurl L1, you get a certain bonus percentage to Quantanium, Borase, Laranite, Tungsten, which I've never seen Tungsten. What's up, CP Zombie? SP Zombie, how you doing tonight? So, I've never done Tungsten. So you get a negative yield on iron, bexlite, corundum, gold, copper, aluminum, and agresium here at the Hurl L1 Green Glade Station. But barrel's not on here, so that would be a 0%, so we don't lose any and we don't gain any extra on the yield. I'm doing really good, and that's good to hear. Hopefully, you ever play Star Citizen, or do you actively play Star Citizen? Oh yeah, Free Fly's off. I was going to tell you about Free Fly if you hadn't, but Free Fly's done. So let's get a quote. 24 hours, 31 minutes. Yeah, so if you haven't played in a while, okay, so 3.19.1, they fixed a lot of things when they added in salvage. So 3.19, when they added salvage, it made it real buggy around the stations and stuff. But ever since 3.19.1's come out, I haven't had a 30K crash. I don't know if everybody's experienced that, but I personally, that used to be the big kicker for me, was 30Ks. But ever since the newest update, I haven't really had a 30K. And that was one of the barriers to the game, if you ask me. So what was your favorite thing to do in the game? Yeah, no, I totally understand that. So the newest ship, the Drake Vulture, is very relaxed gameplay. That's why I like mining so much. Mining is super relaxed. The Vulture, though, salvage gameplay, if you've caught any videos of that, people doing that, it's really chill. Not as stressful as cargo. Right now with the piracy going on, cargo runs are can be stressful. But they have improved the piracy gameplay quite a bit. I'm really enjoying what they're doing with the new fixes. It does. It does. But if you start off with bunker runs and you just do bunker runs, like, until you max your rep out with the factions, that really speeds up how quick you can get to the prospector and throw a decent head on it. Now, I wish you could rent a prospector and change the loadout, because that would really help a lot of players out and keep a lot more people interested in the game. But you can't. What ship you fly them? What ship did you get for a starter package? Yeah, I wish they would improve that. Come on. Hangar 4. No, Hangar 1. I'm so used to my ship being in Hangar 4. I select it automatically. How long did you play before you took a break? Or how many years? Because I'm going to assume it's going to be years. Whole lathe. Wow, that's a big upgrade. And the whole C's coming on the next update, supposedly. That's what everybody keeps saying. 2? That's a long time. Yeah, I played. Golly, I played probably 2 years before I just quit. Out of just the 30Ks is the reason I quit. I mean, every time I'd go out and mine something, it would be 30K. Oh, yeah. Does the whole A fold out like the whole C does? Or like the whole C is going to? Like it splits in the middle and folds out? I've never flown it. I've actually never seen anybody fly it either. I thought so. I bet that is cool. I do like the look of the industrial ships. I think the Drake Vulture looks really awesome, both outside and inside. Because the industrial ships have this utilitarian look that the other sleek designs don't. And I think the Prospector, I mean, it looks okay, but all MISC ships look kind of the same. But yeah, they're very industrial. I like the stainless steel look too. And the whole A's, that's a MISC ship, right? Oh, yeah, it would disappear, I believe. I think it does. But with the way persistence works right now, it may not. So if you haven't played in a while, persistence entity streaming is here now. So that was the big sticker that they had been working on forever. Now it's server meshing. But yeah, so when like you blow your ship up, if I blow this prospector up, right, and I log out and I log back in, I can go salvage this prospector with my Vulture, which is crazy cool. I just think PES was an awesome addition, and I think that hit in 3.17 if I'm not mistaken, which was like, I don't know, 6 months ago. Yeah, I have one cargo ship. I have the Freelancer Max. My kids got it for me right before Christmas 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. I can't remember now. I don't use it as much because it's really clunky, and I notice every time I need to land somewhere, it's going to put me in the smallest possible bay. Also, they got the grids fixed too on the cargo, so you have a cargo grid in your ship that you can attach stuff to, so you don't have to worry about clang getting you, because that was the big thing. Now if you add extra stuff like in the Vulture, you can fit 12 SCU of cargo, but golly, there we go, you can fit 12 SCU of cargo in the Vulture, but I can actually fit around 22 to 23 boxes. Some guys have gotten up to 24 or 26. Yeah, I bet it is smooth looking. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the Hull C either, because they're going to have to change the economy in this game to make that really work. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's too big to land on planets. So you basically station to station kind of trading. So I know they have some CIG's put out some videos in the past of the cargo of the what do you call it? The economy balancing that they're doing with those flow charts. And I think that's going to be really key to all of this. Yeah, you're right. It is super massive. All right, Borays, not worth getting, not in that quantity. 12.9 clicks out. But yeah, I'd say it's a good time to get back into playing Star Citizen if you hadn't played in a while, because with them 30Ks, I mean, obviously there's some new bugs, like sometimes your magazines will fall through when you're trying to equip mags. The Reclaimer would be awesome. That's a huge ship too. And taking one down, I'm not very good at ship-to-ship combat, but taking one down is a bear. I did a group fly, golly, last week, and we were faced with a hammerhead and 2 reclaimers. And that was a odd battle. Needless to say, the guy I was flying with, I was turret gunning for, we died, and another guy with an Eclipse took him out using torpedoes. Which I think the torpedo gameplay right now is pretty insane. What I'd like to end up getting eventually is a Argo Mole to run group mining mission. I think that would be super cool. But the Reclaimer, that would be nice, because that's a big, big ship. Alright, that's going to be too big. Here we go. What is this? This is Rinky Dinky 2000. We should be able to break this one fairly simple without any modules. Yeah, you're right. You're talking about the Mole. I think both need a crew, don't they? The Reclaimer and the Mole. I could be wrong, though, about the Reclaimer. But I've seen they've added rocks in this game that it takes 2 or 3 moles together with different mining heads just to break some of these rocks. Also, I've noticed a thing where the cluster modifiers aren't working on some of the gadgets. But like a while ago, I just tested the Saber mining gadget on a rock that was impossible to bust, and it cut the resistance in half, so I was able to pick it up pretty easy. So I like the way the gadgets are working. Now, used to they worked a little bit better, I think. But yeah, they got some balancing to do. And I think once everything gets balanced out, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah, you'd have to, especially on those I'm talking about 50K rocks size, or 80K. I think the biggest rock I saw was 100K. And that was just flying around out here looking for tiny rocks for me to be able to do in my prospector. Yeah, it's insane. But it's like the VHRT group missions that are out there now. Those are pretty cool, and that really, I mean, you get a lot of credits for that, and that really enforces group play too, which is really, really awesome. But like I said, I suck at ship-to-ship combat. I'm good as a turret gunner, and that's about it. because the only fighter I actually have, and it's not really a fighter, is the Avenger Titan. No, my fault. I don't have the Titan. I have the Stalker. And I did trade my guns out for the Omni Sky laser repeaters because I'm not very good at, what do you call it? Real ballistics. Yeah, simple. Look, simple trading is if right now, if you're willing to wait at the pad to get the materials that you're looking for, you can make big money pretty quick, especially with a whole A. Because what's the cargo on that? 100, 150, 120, 150 something SCU? Copper. Yeah, I like trade. Trade gameplay is good. I really like, I don't know, for some reason I like gathering, but I also like doing bunker runs. The other day, I wish I would have been recording because I was in a bunker when some other players decided to attack the bunker and blow my ship up. Really? 64? I thought that thing had more than that. Anyways, they came down into the bunker. I had cleared it, though. Luckily, it was clear hostiles, 75,000 credits. Maybe 64 is, yeah, I mean, how much is the whole A in the stock? How much was the upgrade? Because I can't remember. Let's see if we can get this on the budge. Another one that says impossible. Nah, it ain't impossible. Okay, that's not bad. Because your what was it? The CBX? That one was what? I think that package is like $70. 75. So that makes that ship a $90. That's pretty good. 64 SCU a cargo. So that puts it at more expensive total than the Drake Cutlass, which I think it's got 36 cargo, 36 SCU. I can't remember. The only Cutlass, I bought a Cutlass in game, but it was the Cutlass Red for running rescue beacons, you know. But right now, it seems like there's a lot of beef between the rescue community and other players. I don't know, a guy rescued me a while back and it was awesome. I mean, he showed up, he didn't shoot and kill me, and that used to be a problem back in the day. I don't know if you may not have experienced it, but back in the day you had to worry about medics killing you in the game. They'd show up and take your stuff. You know, if you're like me and you wear Morozov, you know, that's like 10,000 AUEC. I mean, it's easy to get, but man, people take it. Alright, so when it gets stuck like that, all you got to do is move it around until you get in them sweet spots. And sweet spots are where the cracks are forming in the rock. If you can find that off the bat, then you can usually bust the rock. If you can get it to move, you can bust the rock. And that's not a joke. Yeah, I believe so too. Because if you look at some of the major changes with the orgs and stuff. Oh yeah, remember when pad ramming? I haven't been pad rammed in over a year. And that was when I first started playing as a new player. That was the most frustrating thing to happen, was pad rams. But like I said, I haven't had anybody pad ram me in over a year. I thought somebody was going to try the other day, but it turned out it was a brand new player. and he just wasn't, you know, used to flying into the station, and that happens, you know. And new guy was he had run a thing with a Vulture, and he was coming in with some RMC at Lorville, and he blew up coming to the pad because he had overfilled his ship. So if you do play with the Vulture, just when you're coming in, make sure none of your boxes are shaking when you put them on top of each other with that physics motion, because I've learned the hard way, and I think he did too that day, was it will break. Yeah, most definitely less harsh players though. And more legit piracy, where there's like 4 pirates that'll surround you, and then I'll give you a chance to pay them off, you know. And the other day, I got bounty hunted, and I didn't realize I knew I had a bounty, and I was trying to get a pickup so I could go turn myself in. And because I had killed a Hurston security guard in one of the bunkers, and I didn't know that somebody was showing up to smoke me, and it was this guy. I had a 35,000 bounty, and some people got mad. They were like, "Man, that dude's griefing," and I was like, "No, that's not griefing. That's part of the game. That's bounty hunting play." Because he actually told me, "Hey, I had your bounty. It was 35,000 AUEC, so I took it." Granted, that's kind of low to take for a bounty, but still, that's part of the game. And yeah, it was frustrating, but it's like I was telling them, it's all part of it. And that's what makes it so fun. Yeah, you're right about that, especially if you want new ships. Because, man, some of the ships in-game credits are crazy out there. Some of them aren't so bad, but some of them, holy cow. Like, I think I paid 1,682,000 credits for the Cutlass Red, but I was looking at getting something else, and it was like 10 million, 50 million credits. All right, sounds good. All right, so we got an... Oh, crud. Don't. Stop going up. Stop going up. Stop going up. How did that happen? Shield under attack from way out here. That's insane. Got some damage, but I don't know how much. Inert material. Aluminum. Okay, let's be more careful this time. I didn't even see that jump up until it was too late. Why has that got that red on it? That's throwing me off. I'm kind of hoping I find some Quantanium out here. Quantanium is by far the most valuable in-game ore. Oh, I see what's going on. Lag. So the server's lagging. So that's going to blow up too. For some reason, we're taking damage even though we're that far back. Rescue beacon activated by fake bills. Payment 15,000 credits. So 15,000 credits sometimes isn't worth it, especially if you're going flying out to some place like Ghost Hollow or what's the other one with the drugs? Ghost Town, something town. Junktown. That's it, Junktown. And yeah, you get flown out there 15,000 bucks, you lose all your armor. 15,000 bucks worth of armor. Alright, hopefully we don't get any server lag this time, guys. Hopefully we don't get another server lag, because that's how we have this torque imbalance that's going on right now. Take it easy, go up. Alright, get down in this crack like that. And now see how it starts shooting up as soon as you get it into the crack. Don't be afraid to spam that mining on and off button when you get into this position, because you don't want to get into the red, because that's how we end up getting damage to our ship. Okay. So we got another tricky one, right? One, it's quite a bit of instability. It's also quite a bit of resistance. So see how our laser's acting up when I'm trying to scroll it up? That's that resistance mixed in with that instability with the Hofstad. Then we just power up, and as soon as we hit that green zone, turn it off. Go back on 20%, drop it down 5. Well, let's go back up to 12. All right, so 12 is not good. 17 is going back down. And that's the problem with instability right there. It'll jump, it'll rise and fall pretty fast. So you got to play with that mouse wheel and get it going where you need it to go. See right there? For some reason my laser didn't want to cut off, which is really annoying. So it's twice, or 3 times now. Alright, fly back, boost. Nope, no bust. Alright, let's move it in. Let's get close. The closer we get, it's like the more intense the laser is. So just 5% in close does that. We can back up. We don't want it getting too low. Sorry that I stopped talking during this, but this is this always stresses me just a little bit, because I'm trying to concentrate on not getting that rock too overheated, especially after the last 2. So 5%. We're in close. We're backing up. We're turning off. All right, that's the... Was all this even 100% barrel? Okay, yes. Thank goodness. I'd hate to know that I wasted my time for that. Beryl isn't a worthless mineral like it used to be. It used to be worthless, or not worth as much, but now it is. It's okay for you to mine it because you can fill up your cargo quick. It's a pretty common element to find. Come on. Okay. When I can't find the space station, that always gets a little frustrating. So we'll just go to the map and we will hurl Green Glade Station and we will just quantum to it. Oh, we were much further away than I thought. So we actually flew out here a pretty good ways looking for this, huh? Well, not too much. We're probably 60 clicks out, 60, 70 clicks. So we got our torque imbalance, so we have to be careful flying in. I don't know exactly what's damaged. Let's go F4 and see. I don't really know. I don't see any visual damage. But that's okay. We'll fly in and dock this. So, what, 57 minutes. We've made 2 runs so far. So we should be able to make, in the 2 hours that I'm going to stream, we should be able to make 4 total runs. And obviously, I'll have to take a break in just a second because I have to refill my little sweet tea cup, and you know, I'll do that after I drop everything off. Plus, we have to schedule repairs on the ship. Get that repaired while we're running down to the refinery and go ahead and get that work order turned in. All right. Alt-N calls the station. That's the hotkey. Excuse me. Didn't mean to cough like that. And we'll just come right on in here. Did I say Alt-N or Alt-C? Alt-C does not call the station. Alt-C is what decouples, so you can fly in the vacuum without your thrusters working. And Alt-N calls the station. It requests for landing and it requests takeoff. And that's a good keybind to keep in mind. That way you don't have to worry about constantly going into inner thought or personal inner thought, whatever it's called. All right, let's go ahead and repair. So yeah, 727 credits worth of damage. So that's actually a little significant. Usually we end up taking like 132 damage. So I don't know exactly what gets damaged because you can't really see it. Well, I tried to jump out, but it wouldn't let me that time. So again, this should be like 36,000 AUEC is what they should offer me for this run. So that's 60,000, but that should be 180,000, roughly 180,000 when we get it refined and we haul it off. Because like I said, after we get done with the next 2 runs, so we'll have turned in 4 work orders, we will do a cargo run down to Lorville. And if you haven't flown to Lorville in a while, it is it's new and refreshing. There is some clipping on the elevators, but That's just texture popping. That's no big deal. I've heard of players falling through the trains or the trams. I haven't. I did fall out of the one on Orison, but that's only because I decided to try to jump over the glass to get in it, and I kind of didn't jump over the glass. So I was kind of riding along the side until I finally fell out. All right, let's go to ore cells and look and see what just the ore cells for. Because this is, like I said, this is how I gauge every 36,000. So that's going to be like 62,000 refined. So there we go. So far, 120,000 credits is basically what we would make. And if anybody's new to the channel, I always use Dink solventation because it's very low speed but very low cost, and it gives me a high yield. So it costs 3,936 AUEC. It takes 24 hours to do this. We just confirm, and there we go. So now we have 2 work orders processing. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's run back out, do some more mining. Oh, we need some sustenance first, of course. This is how that works. I put a short out there today for if the sustenance bugs out on you and you can't get any, because you can't get it out of your inventory. Huge pain in the butt, but there is a workaround, and I stumbled across that on accident. All you have to do is set it down on the floor and then pick it up. So to do that, you just come right here, drop it, and then pick it up, and you can pick up that, and then you can drink, which is pretty important. Especially when, like, I had like 10 or something 10. I was down to 10%. And it was causing me some problems in the game because, you know, your guy runs slower, his blood pressure goes up, all that jazz. Dadgummit, I forgot something. All right, guys, forgive me just a second. I gotta pause again. Okay. Now, no more interruptions. Unless the pup needs to be let out or something. Hangar 1. So yeah, we're going to head right back out to the asteroid field, see if we can't get some more stuff a little bit faster. Dadgummit, I let that door shut, playing around on that other screen. 2 more trips, right to the asteroid field and back. And this is just right around Hurl L1. It's not like I'm going super far off, which is why I'm able to get so many trips done so quick. I'm glad I decided to do this the other day. But today we're being a little bit pickier. We're not taking just any old element. I'm just going after barrel or higher. And so far it's just been barrel, which is good. It's not bad at all. It's easy money, quick. Remember, if you park in the middle of the hangar with a prospector, you can spin around in the hangar without it worrying about it messing up on you. Because it will mess up. If you do something, like if I tried to do that with the Freelancer Max, I would be toast. All right, I'm not flying into the sun, so let's just head straight up. So now I remember, head straight up. I should be able to find a station, no problem, without having to warp over to it.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Oh, that's around the station. It's going to be one of those turret things. All right, let's head out there. Find what we're looking for, which is barrel or higher. So far, this has been a real productive trip as far as getting the ore goes. We've been able to do it quickly, been able to do it efficiently, and I can't ask for more than that, honestly. Yeah, I could. If I could just find Quantanium, and that would be it. That would be insanely awesome. So we're just letting it coast, hands-free. We're leaving the Armistice Zone according to the notification that just popped up, which is fine. I mean, when you're this far out, you don't have a ton of people trying to attack you. And I can't tell you the last time I've been attacked in the game, other than the other day when those guys tried to hit me up in the bunker. Which was odd. It's almost like maybe missions overlapped or something. But they got smoked nonetheless. Alright, what do we got right here? Alright. First runner-up. $11 clicks out. And you know what? Let's go into this mode. We're going to pinpoint where they're at. Oh, crud. It's 3 rocks. Again, a cluster of 3, so that's good news. Usually if they're clustered up like this, it's either one we've already busted, which would stink, or it's going to be one large rock and a medium rock and a tiny one, a purple one that we should be able to just suck in. So it's 4. It's more than I had anticipated, which is good. Way too big, 27,000. We're not even going to entertain that one. Asteroid E-type. All right, what do we got? Gold. All right, we're going to hit this one up real quick. This one should be easy. And you know what? Pretty much anything on here, I'm willing to take. You know, the gold, the Hephaestonite, the copper, all those. The copper doesn't sell for as much, but the Hephaestonite is a good thing to get. Oh, you're back. Cool beans. So on this one, we got some gold. I can't believe I found gold out here. That's awesome. Usually I find gold on a planet surface that's small enough for me to be able to get. You can sell it straight at the ore sales, but if you refine it, it's worth far more. Used to certain minerals weren't worth anything, but now, like beryl sells for quite a bit. Aluminum actually sells. Copper sells for 395 AUEC per SCU at Lorville, which is a shock because used to, none of that stuff was valuable. Okay, so something's going on here. This is a small rock. We should be cracking this one pretty easy. I can't stand this bug. I mean, it shoots down instantly. The instability is only 2.86, so it's not that high. There's hardly any resistance at 7%. And the mass is so small. I mean, this should be shooting up based on the power. The Hofstede has a 115 fracture power and 15% boost from the Rieger mining module. But yeah, refined gold sells for I think 7,000 AUEC at the per SCU. It's like something's blocking me from being able to mine that. No, it's a big shock. I mean, you can take a load of beryl off and make, 120 SCU a barrel sell for almost 400,000 credits, I believe. And used to, you get 120,000 credits for it. The only thing I find that's truly worthless to mine is iron. All right, that's aggravating right there, guys. That is aggravating. So what we're going to do is, no, we ain't gonna cut engines off. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Let's pull the mining head out. We're faced with a bug. We're gonna get out. Yeah, essentially. Now, Quantanium has gone up a lot. No, titanium, yeah, titanium's still worth doing cargo runs. And you can actually mine titanium. It's like the majority rock on in Microtech. So you can actually mine that. And even though that's like A tier, fourth tier, I should say. Where's... Oh, man, I left it at the station. Golly, I can't believe that. Oh, you doofus. But Quantanium is worth a lot more than it used to be. But you can't find it as often. Let's see if I have any kind of modules on the prospector. No, I don't. Of course not. That's so aggravating. But yeah, titanium runs are still worth it. The big one everybody's doing now is gold. And that's what pirates are really looking for, people who are doing gold. I mean, this is ridiculous. This should be sucking in no problem. I should be able to crack this rock no problem. I mean, we just cracked a 14,000. And it's like there's some invisible shield. It's like I'm not even hitting the rock sometimes, because this will just drop out to nothing. I had this happen the other day doing mining for what was it called? Hadnite. I was rock mining Hadnite, and there's some kind of bug to where you have to mine certain nodes first, and then you can come back and mine the Hadnite, which is kind of ridiculous. And it's a real pain in the tail. So this one's impossible. Let's scroll up and see what we get. Yeah, impossible like it's supposed to be. All right. Has festanite, copper, and inert material. Alright, maybe now we'll be able to do it. So maybe it's like the Hadnite bug. Oh look, it's exactly like the Hadnite bug. Or not. It's like the aggravating bug's what it's like. There we go. Thank goodness. That was starting to stress me out a little bit. So yeah, if you're still in the cargo running, the shield's under attack, and I never even hit the bad mode. That's the one that the pirates are really going after is gold. And what they'll do is they'll fly around the area that you're at. There'll be like 3 or 4 of them just waiting. All right, so this one's gold and has festanite. That's a good one to take. I wish the mass was bigger. It'd be worth more. But then again, with the way it mined, we might not have been able to get it at all. Oh, I didn't realize this one had so much copper. But it's worth it just to get the gold, you know, to be honest. Hey, you never know. I was watching the Burks the other day. He had went to a mining station and he saw somebody about to get pirated, and he was able to take out like 4 different Drake Cutlass Black by himself with an arrow. And I was like, holy cow, with an arrow? You gotta have mad skill to do that. But it's Captain Burks. I mean, I'm pretty sure all he plays is space games. Because I used to watch his videos, I believe, for either him or Rugged Gamer. I used to watch them do X4 Foundations videos. Because I really like space sims. But I really like the potential. Actually, I love the potential of this game. I think this game is going to have... Oh, yeah. If you check out Burks, he's on Twitch, he's on YouTube. That guy, he's good. He's really good at space combat. Where here, I'm just good at this easy stuff. I'm fairly decent at the first-person shooter. I like practicing in Star Marine. $2 years. Was Star Marine working at the time? It's been 2 years. I don't know if Star Marine was working at the time. I think it had been removed. Yeah. So Star Marine is just where you, when you first log in, where you first get in, and there's a first person shooter module basically, and it's called Star Marine, and it's pretty cool because you're playing against other players, kind of like a death match. Yeah, no, the gunplay in this game is surprisingly smooth. As long as you're not getting any server lag, it's pretty awesome, actually. Oh, man, we're flying back to the station. I should have been paying more attention. It's easy for me to get lost in three-dimensional space as opposed to a planet, which is why I do like doing planet-side stuff a little bit better. And I know for sure that the Arena Commander module wasn't working or wasn't implemented at the time, but it's there now. And they're adding to it in this next update. And really improving upon it. Okay, so these are the ones we busted earlier. So now we just fly out a little bit deeper, find some better stuff. We still have 11 SCU of cargo to fill. Go back into scan mode. Turn scan to 180 degrees, so we're only scanning to the side and in front. Hull E. Yeah, I can only imagine. If the Hull C coming is big, the Hull E's got to be insane. See, I want to know how they're going to handle cargo, the cargo docks and everything, because you know they're talking about us loading cargo ourselves, or paying other players to load cargo, or paying NPCs to load the cargo for you. So I'd like to see how that works. I know the cargo bays are inside each hangar bay, and also Space Tomato on YouTube was talking about personal hangars possibly coming into the game here in 3.20, and I think that would be insane. Yeah, 372 meters. Is there even a pad in the game that can support that yet? That's almost that's what the Idris is like, that big, isn't it? The Idris, the Idris, I think is $15,000. After you hit the $1,000 club, you know, you spend $1,000 on Star Citizen, you get into the $1,000 club, concierge, and then you can buy something like the Idris. I think the Idris is $15,000. That's insane. I wonder how much real world cash the Hull E is going to be. Because I don't know what the Hull C. I think there was a time, I can't remember though, when you could buy into that one. I forgot what the investment opportunity was on that. Probably $350, $400 for the Hull C. Because what? The Prospector's $155. The Freelancer Max is $150. The Vulture came out at $175. I mean, I don't know. Some of these ships are crazy expensive. But it is funding a whole project. Which, you know, if you really think about what they're doing, if CIG pulls this off, it's going to revolutionize video games. I mean, if they really pull this off, it's going to be insane. Because you got persistent entity streaming, you're going to have server meshing, and PES is here now. Oh, yeah. I hope so. I think 3.20 is going to change things for us. All right, lag. I wish server meshing would get here a little bit faster. I think they actually did a server mesh test recently, and it didn't perform very well. But I don't know that for sure. I know the other night, I was playing and then a thing came over and it said the servers were being shut down for a little bit. For 2 hours they were going to be offline. So I got all excited. I was like, oh man, 3.2's here, you know. Nope, I was wrong. It was just a server refresh. But I'm pretty sure they fixed a problem I was having. What was it? Oh, I'm pretty sure they fixed the cargo. Why am I getting that? I don't want that. I just wanted the barrel. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they fixed the cargo grid problem. So there's a problem with the cargo grid to where if you stored your ship with cargo on it and didn't immediately sell it, like you log out and you log back in, then you would have to reset everything on the grid. So if you got 120 SCU on the grid, that's a lot of unattaching and reattaching with your handheld laser, which is essentially what was happening. All right, we'll take this just to cut this trip off. All right. Yeah, server meshing is going to be insane because you mix the persistent entity streaming in with server meshing. That's changing the game, because then the server can expand and contract basically with all these different shards. I don't really understand the whole concept behind it. It's like ASOP terminals being on a different server, so it's essentially using a lookup table basically to. I mean, it's, you know, the programming's got to be so out there and high concept just to even think about it. And my limited knowledge. Yeah, that's a huge advantage of server meshing, right? What you're saying right there, because you think right now a server can expand from 64 players to like 128 players or something like that. And that's a limited expansion. And it does suffer. Not as bad as it used to. Like I said, I haven't had a 30K in a long time. Which is, to me, that's a fundamental issue that should have been fixed a long time ago, was the frequency of the 30Ks. Because that is a server-side issue. But, you know, it is an alpha. But I like the way that it's in playable alpha. Because I was talking to somebody recently, and they were talking about why they didn't play Star Citizen, weren't interested in playing it. And one of them was because, you know, it's an alpha. And I was thinking, well, didn't you just buy Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate's been an, you know, beta for like 2 years now. And that's a AAA game studio asking $70, you know. And you can't compare the two, I know that. But to me, investing in Star Citizen is I don't know, it's like I feel part of something, you know, as crazy as it sounds. Like I'm helping pay for something that's gonna, like I said, if it works, it's gonna change video games. It's gonna change online games for sure. I mean, imagine Battlefield. Yeah, 7 Days to Die. I mean, how long's that game been in whatever test phase it's in? That's a great point. And I played that. And even with all the new additions, it gets old. I mean, I've been playing Star Citizen for a long time now. And with each new update, or each big update, something really new has come along. And it's changed. So it's constantly progressing. Yeah, 10 years. That sounds right. DayZ was like that. A long time in development. But yeah, imagine playing something like Battlefield with server meshing. Not even persistent entity streaming. And you could go from, 100, what is it, 200 players in a lobby or whatever. What, like squad, I think. 50 on 50, 100 on 100 match, I think. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played squad. But imagine that expanding out to 1,000. Yeah, No Man's Sky. Yeah, when that first came out, I was like, man, this is not what Hello Games advertised. But over the years, they kept adding and adding and adding, and that game turned out to be phenomenal. It's still phenomenal. It's like when Cyberpunk came out, I was so excited for that game. It came out, and I was one of the guys that was like, oh, this ain't so bad, this ain't so bad. But in reality, some of the bugs were game breaking. I still enjoyed the game. I really like it now that it's improved so much, and I can't wait for Phantom Liberty. But, it came out. It was a hot mess for a year. But yeah, No Man's Sky. That was probably the most improved game that comes to mind I can think of, because they were constantly adding new features. Yeah, Phantom Liberty is going to be a reboot for that series, for that game. Because when they were talking about it like it was a DLC, and I was like, no, this is a full-on expansion. When you start reading the size, yeah, 70 gigs. That's a full-on expansion to the game. I mean, they brought in Idris Elba to play the role of a character. So, I mean, that's pretty huge. You don't do that for a little DLC. That's a full-on expansion. But yeah, that game, they got a lot of. I've always been a huge fan of CD Projekt Red, because they're always giving us more than we ask for with video games. Oh yeah, he is. I remember the first time I saw a movie with him. Or not a movie, it was a TV series. It was The Office. He played what was his name in The Office? Golly, Charles Minor. Yeah, he played Charles Minor in The Office, and that was pretty awesome.
Finding everything all right?
So okay, all that right there sells for 31,000 credits at the ore sales, but we'll go to refinement right here, and we're going to turn that 31,000 into 62,000, roughly. All right, so we get a minus 3% for gold, but that's okay. That's why we use dinks. Maybe cheaper and slower, but it gives us a large yield. Yes, they did. They fixed a lot of stuff with the terminals. The speed in which they react. We're not going to do the aluminum or the copper. There we go. Yeah, so, and they made it more plain too. So there's a sign here now to let you know that you can sell your ore right here straight up if you just want to sell your ore. They added a lot of signage everywhere, and I read recently that they're going to be adding more signage in golly, where's it at?
Hi.
Microtech, I think they were talking about adding more salvage.
Feel free to take a look around. We've got a pretty good selection.
Not salvage, more signage. Because I remember when I first logged in this game, I started in Hurston, and it was brutal getting around. I didn't know where to go. I just had to keep exploring. But now there's signs everywhere. Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of guys that they have a lot. There's a lot of videos out there on how to do a lot of the new stuff in this game. Yeah, I remember when these screens right here were bugged out. But yeah, they fixed this. I think these are actually pulled from another server. And I think that was the big change they were trying to do back in the day. So all the inventory systems and everything are not part of the actual gameplay server. Which, man, it's insane when you think about the whole... I don't know. It's way more complex than I could have ever imagined when I really start looking at their programming videos. So sometimes here at these stations, you will get a bug when you're trying to sell stacked items. Like the medical gown right here, you can't sell it here, but you can go up and sell it at the Kasaba. You can sell it at Kasaba for 45 credits. So different places you can sell things that you otherwise couldn't sell. And, you know, used to you could sell stuff wherever. But now you can actually sell stuff for more value at the places where it should be sold. So let's buy another Saber module. Because the one we got now is bugged out. Alright, one more trip in the prospector, and then we're going to load the Freelancer Max up with all the work orders that's already finished from the last time I went mining. Idris Elba, he was really good in that movie, Pacific Rim. I thought he played a fantastic role in that movie. That was a really good movie, too. Really underrated. The second one, I didn't like so much. Where am I running off to? I used to fly out of Hurl L2 all the time, and so I moved over to Hurl L1 after the latest thing, when they moved us all back to Loreville. Which that was a test in and of itself, because they were wanting to see if the items that we bought in game stayed in our inventory. So a lot of people lost ships, and a lot of people didn't. I haven't seen Luther. Is that the name of the show? Because I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to check it out then. I wonder if it's on Netflix. Being a BBC show, it might be. All right, utility items. Okay, so this is the one we just bought. So if it's not flashing red, we're good. Okay. I don't know why the modules... why they bug out like that. Oh, that's cool. I like watching police detective type shows like a SVU. There was one with Rainn Wilson from The Office that looked promising, but it turned out to be kind of meh. But yeah, he's a good actor. I can see why they were considering him for James Bond, I believe. And he played a very important low-key character in Marvel Cinematic Universe, Heimdall.
Engines on.
which it's low-key role, but he was like one of the more important characters in the Thor series. Yeah, Jack Reacher is a good show. I was really shocked at the quality of that one. So Reacher gave me some hope. So did Wheel of Time, because Amazon Studios is the one doing the Fallout series, right? I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon yet, which I'm a huge Tolkien fan, so you figure I would have, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the Wheel of Time, though.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, I think he played Cyclops. Not Cyclops. I think he played... Who did he play? He played somebody in a Marvel series. Maybe Colossus or somebody like that, I think Reacher did. That dude is huge. Look, I called him Reacher. I don't even know the actor's name. I just called him Reacher because that's a good show. Not even a low-key good show. It's a good show. It was better than the Tom Clancy series. What was it called that was on Amazon? Golly. It had Jim Krasinski from The Office in it. What was the name of that show? Jack Ryan. That's it. Yeah, I thought Reacher was better than Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan season 1 was pretty good. Season 2, okay. But Reacher was a good series. Have you seen The Witcher on Netflix with Henry Cavill? Because that's a good that's an amazing series. And I was really shocked when whoever made the decision that he wasn't going to be in the show anymore. It's kind of like, why is he not playing Superman again? Oh crap, we're gonna crash if I'm not careful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he played Colossus in one of those. No, I know what it was. Reacher played a guy in what's that DC series? Titans. He played one of the guys in Hawk and Dove. He played Hawk in Titans on HBO Max. But I don't think it was HBO Max at the time. I think it was DC Universe or whatever, DC TV. He was huge in that show too. I think that dude's just a huge dude in real life. Like in general. Like he didn't just bulk up for that role as Reacher, that he's been bulked. Let's see what we can do with this. This is a Grecium. Grecium's worth more than barrel, so we'll try to get it. Less than gold, but more than barrel. Should be an easy bust. So I think the Hofstede laser looks really cool. It reminds me of Ghostbusters. The proton packs. One of my favorite all-time movies. I used to watch that movie over and over when I was a kid. That and the Batman with Michael Keaton. Alright, so that was an easy bust. Grecium and iron. I don't want any iron, so I don't want to be sucking that in at all. 9%. 51%. It looks like we're not going to get 100% rock out of this one. Well, yeah, we are. 100% inert material. Let's see what this one in the back's got in it. Nope. All right. Next man. Next man. This when I used to be in the chow line at the army, these ladies used to yell, "Next man, next man," and ever since then, anytime I got to move on to the next task, I'll say the next man, even though that's been like forever since I've been there and done that. Now, that was a great experience, great life experience. I learned a lot. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, coming in kind of hot there for a second. Q-type asteroid. What does that mean? It means it's impossible because it's 15,000. And that's truly impossible for the Hofstede. I can get up to 13,000. 15,000 is just way too big. I mean, just for giggles, we can hit it, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to budge. Yeah, not going to budge. All right, moving on. And that's the only boring part about mining. For anybody who hasn't mined before, is just traveling from one rock to the next. You know, I really wanted to be able to get all 4 runs done by the time stream ends. And hopefully I can. I would like to get 4 ore runs and then make a trip to Loreville. So now I'm working on a timeline. Maybe I'll be a little bit faster. Because stream ends in 12 minutes. Or my boss will come in here and start fussing about how I gotta go to work. Which is true, I mean. But I'm bad about sleep procrastination. It's like fighting myself. Dang, both of these are too big. But we're out here in deep space now, so we're good on that. Switch over to computer. Let me see here. Open new window, thank you. Make sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to. Sometimes the creator dashboard isn't showing me what I need to see. So I gotta pop it out. All right, pop both out. Now we'll get back in. Sorry about the delay there. So that delay, you know what? I may stay on for 15, for another 30 minutes. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I'm a big time sleep procrastinator. It's like, I don't know. It's got to be a legit thing because I do it. I do not, for some reason, I fight myself. $12,000. That's just within the range that we can get. So our resistance just dropped down because we got into the optimal range. Get right there. Let's see if we can make it budge. We got a little jump there for a second. Alright, no. No jump. No real budge. We need it to really, you need that little line on your charge level to actually charge a little bit more than what it did. Because 13,000 is at the limit. This one's got less resistance, so we should be able to at least affect it on a small scale. We'll just get right up against it if we have to. Alright, so it looks like we'll be able to bust this one. It's 40% Hephaestonite, 43% copper. And it looks like we're going to drop down and out. Used to, you could do this. Roll your mouse around and get it to mine faster. But I don't think we'll be able to do it. It did the old trick on us. Hey, I'm going to go up and then I'm not going to work at all. 20,000. I want to know why that one's not busting. I mean, it's literally zero. You can't go off the impossible scale. So, impossible sometimes isn't so impossible. But we're not getting any resistance. A while ago we got it to move up pretty good, and now it's not wanting to move up at all. So, okay, let's go back to the first one. There it is. Go back to it. I may get out and put the module on there, because Bexlite, I don't think it's going to work though. Alright, so next up on the chopping block. It kind of stinks though. I was hoping it would be something useful. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can't. I don't know the rhyme or reason for it. Used to, I thought it was the rock type or asteroid type, but sometimes I think it's just an error. Yeah, unless it's got gold, I ain't taking that. All right. Next up, 4,000 clicks away, or 4 clicks, my bad, 4 clicks, and then 10 clicks after that. Eight clicks now. All right, coming in real hot. P-type, 900 mass. So this should be super simple, easy to break. I mean, technically I should be able to get right up against it right here. Run my laser up to about 7%. Yeah, see. And we'll back up some until the power stabilizes. But you don't want to be in this orange area when it decides it's going to blow. There we go. Easy peasy. Hopefully we get 100% Hephaestonite on this one. So that's 92. One of these is bound to be a high level. Man, my headphones are hurting on the top of my head. 100% aluminum, that's no good. So aluminum sells for like 390. There we go. 390 AUEC per SCU. Which it's more valuable than it used to be, but still not valuable enough for me to want to take. Now, when it becomes a required part of the ecosystem in the game, then we'll be, we'll have to mine it basically to keep the economy running. But I think if you get on and check out their ecosystem charts for the economy and the way it's going to flow, it's going to be really cool. And a lot of fun, because there's going to be a lot of parts that require each other to work. All right, 6,000. 6 clicks out. So we have 5 SCU of Hephaestonite raw. That's pretty valuable material and worth me taking. So we're flying too slow. There we go. Remember, when you get close to these things, ping again so you can make sure you're not going to run right into the asteroid that you're looking for, unless you're running scan mode. See right there, it popped up that little diamond. So if you're running scan mode, obviously you'll be able to scan and identify the piece you're coming up onto. And don't be afraid to use that boost button to slow down. Hit back and boost. And it works like your jet brake, basically. All right, barrel raw, 56%. So, look at our resistance. Our resistance on this rock is high, even though it says it's an easy bust. We're gonna have to get in there or put the saber on it. Or find the magic spot right there. And having to find a magic spot is kind of, I don't know, crazy. Yeah, that's pretty smart. I should do a keybind. And everybody's got to talk to the boss every once in a while. That's what mine is. Like I was saying earlier, that's who will come in here and tell me it's time to end the stream, that it's bedtime. Okay, no damage. I was lucky on that one because I was pretty close when that bust happened. Yeah, I think there may be a keybind actually that's already in there now. Space break X. So yeah, X is space break. I've never actually used X. Let's see how it works. Yeah, it works. Yep. So there we have it. I'm glad you brought that up because it made me think. I thought I saw that the other day when I was looking at the controls, because I need to rebind my in-game chat function on mouse so I could talk to players in the game. So I always put it on my little side button. Nope. I need to check this first before I start hauling it in. I'm so bad about doing that. So I accidentally got 0.33 aluminum and 0.3 inert material by not paying attention to what I was doing. It's going to be very useful. And now that I know that X is the actual keybind, I'll be using that. Because I can't tell you how many times I come in way too hot on stuff because I'll have it maxed out on velocity and I can't get myself to slow down. So I'm trying to hit my pinky finger on shift and then hit the D on the, or S on the keyboard. All right, so if something else has got a high amount of barrel, we're going to take it. 29%. I would have swore I already scanned this one. That's odd. 100% aluminum. Yeah, okay. So it's not remembering my scans. That's kind of annoying. That does happen sometimes. 29% barrel. Yeah, we'll take it. Just to fill up the cargo hold. Alright, there we go. Dadgummit. Give me that green glade station. There we go. Yeah, I'll most definitely be using that fee. Oh, man, this is a waste of quantum. But it will get me there a little bit faster. That way we can go ahead and hop in that freelancer, fly down to Lorville, and see if we can sell all that copper and the random other junk that I have. I have some laranite and some terranite that's already finished up. It's 4 work orders, so I'm thinking it should sell for 300,000 credits. We'll see. And that was from 2 hours of mining last time. 2 hours mining this time. I think we're going to get more. And obviously, if you're quantanium hunting or gold hunting, you'll be able to rack up the dough pretty quick if you're lucky enough to find those elements in a timely manner. So far, I've only found, in the last month, I've only found quantanium twice. And each time it was like 70,000 credits worth at ore sales, so it ended up being like 290 when I took it to Lorville to sell. Also, I think flying out of doing Lorville's a little bit harder as far as landing your larger ships, like the Freelancer Max or the Drake Vulture. It's harder to land those at Lorville than it is to other hangars because you have to go down into the hangar instead of straight into. Like Microtech, every time I've been to Microtech, I've been able to fly straight in. Orson, same thing. And I noticed at Everest Harbor, you have to drop down into the hangar as well, which is kind of I don't know. It kind of sucks sometimes.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
But yeah, when I found out about the keybind for request and takeoff, I actually saw it was on a short, a YouTube short. And I was like, man, I can't believe I haven't noticed that before. It's right there in the keybind chart too. And I've been going through that interpersonal thought menu for, golly, 3 years? 4 years now? When they first brought in the Stalker is when I started playing, the Avenger Stalker. Because, you know, that bounty hunting loop, you were going to be able to put criminals in the ice bay and the cryo chambers, and that was going to be the big gameplay function. And it looks like Bounty Hunting 2.0 is coming in the next update too. So if that's gameplay that you're interested in, I'm pretty sure that's coming in the next update. I know that it's on the it's on the schedule of things that teams are assigned to be worked on and be finished out by quarter three, I believe, of this year, which we're fixing to be in quarter 3, right? Or we just entered quarter 3. July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, we just entered quarter 3. So by the end of quarter 3, I'm pretty sure that was listed as being supposed to be added to the game. Was Bounty Hunting 2.0. And hopefully that's when that finally works.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I bought the ship, was to do the that. I upgraded my starter pack, which was an Aurora MR, to a Avenger Stalker, because I wanted to be a bounty hunter, you know, and that gameplay never got added. I mean, obviously bounty hunting is there, but it's not. I can't put somebody in my in those cryopods. Let's store that because we're done with the prospector. Fallout 3 music. Yeah. Fallout 3, man. I think, no, it's Fallout 4. That's the game I have put the most hours into out of all video games. And you know what's crazy? I've never beat that game. I play it, and then I get into that stupid settlement building. And then next thing you know, I'm not playing anymore. So I've never beat it. And I don't know why that is. It's got to be the settlement building thing. I turn it from this RPG into a sim game, basically, or a settlement building game, like it's City Skylines or something. But yeah, every time. Every stinking time. I didn't sign out. Let's try again. There we go. Set up work order. Hephaestonite and barrel. Nope, I don't want core Mac. Get quote. $37.95, 24 hours. All right. Now, let's load our cargo onto the Freelancer Max that we already have. Drake Vulture, Freelancer Max, collect. I hope I'm not making a mistake, but I'm pretty sure they fixed this bug. Collect. I did beat Fallout 3, however. There was a part in that game that really stuck with me. And it was towards the end when you when Liberty Prime or whatever his name was marches from the Brotherhood of Steel, because I think I joined the Brotherhood of Steel. And it marches down. That was pretty epic. That game had some pretty good moments. And Fallout 4 does too. I think Fallout 4 you get introduced to the power armor a little too early. I mean, opening mission of the game. But, you know, I do play it for the power armor because that is cool. I think the power armor in have you ever read the book Starship Troopers? They use power armor in that game. I mean, in that book. And not like the movie. I think they got it right in one of the anime movie versions of that 3D animation. All right, let's retrieve our Freelancer Max. All right, Hangar Bay 4. I saw somebody playing that on a dead gun. I meant to look that up because I love Starship Troopers. I think that would be an awesome game. All right, let's make sure our cargo's in here. And yes, it is. It's not quite full, but it is in here. So they haven't added the buttons to this ship yet for you to be able to get in and out. But when they do, it's really going to be awesome. The cool thing about this one is it's got 4 beds. I don't know why 4 people would want to be in the ship, because it's only got the pilot and a turret gunner. So 2 slots. And it's slow to come on. It's slow for your shields to come up too. So it is a good game. That's awesome. I'll have to give it a try. I just got Rust for the first time the other day, and I haven't played it yet. Because I don't know why I bought it. It was on sale on Steam, and I've been watching this guy Komomo on YouTube hunt down cheaters, because apparently cheating's a big thing in that game. But so I was like, man, I'm gonna buy that and give it a try. But then I saw, man, that game looks brutal for a shower and a kitchen. That's cool. But yeah, Rust looks brutal for new players. And, you know, I don't know anything about the core mechanics. So I would be a noob. And noobs get slaughtered in that game. Because, you know, it's not like getting on there and playing Warzone. You know, you're used to playing first-person shooters. They're no different than any other. But those survival games, all those are different. Each one. Like, I like playing this game called Green Hell with my kid. He likes it too, but he's been playing Fortnite with his cousin here lately. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Green Hell. Yeah, that's a good game. Especially when you dude starts hallucinating. Like if you play just a survival mode. Like me and my son, we play just a survival mode together. And see how long we can last. I haven't played Sons of the Forest yet. Now he loves playing the Forest. My problem with the Forest is that game used to stress me out. Every time them cannibals start, it's like, oh my gosh. I've been following it. It's actually on my Steam wish list. I was following that game. Remember, it was supposed to come out earlier, and it showed the wood mechanics and everything. Yeah, I saw that. The Kelvin, I think his name is, and then that girl, the three-legged chick. Which I wonder how it's going to end up. Because it's still in alpha, or it's still in beta, right? Because I know the first one, man, the Forest was pretty brutal. You can beat the Forest pretty quick. Grounded, I have it. You know, that one was in beta for a long time by Obsidian. It may still be in beta for all I know, but that's an awesome game, all things considered. Yeah, it's more geared towards younger, or I guess a younger audience, but I found it very interesting. The game mechanics, the big giant spiders. Is it massive? Because when I last time I played it, you could get in a one underground bunker, I think was all it was. Like they hadn't fully fleshed out the flower fields. And I bought it just because Obsidian was making it. Because I've always been a huge fan of Obsidian. Alright, where's the dadgum airfield? Alright, let's fly into the city and just find it. There it is. And there's the signs. So when you fly into Lorville, that's cool. 8. When you fly into Lorville, if it's been a long time since you played, Lorville's changed a lot. One, they got the volumetric clouds and all that stuff in there now. 2, it's bigger, more spread out, and it's harder to find the spaceport when you're coming in. So you just have to look for the TISA spaceport signs. Don't get too close to me, buddy. Okay, he's not. He's going straight up. Thank goodness.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So there for a second we were in the impound area. I don't know exactly where the impound area is. Usually it's around that big triangular building that looks funny. It looks like a shark's fin. Oh, 3.15. Yeah, it's been a long time then. Holy cow. Yeah, a lot has changed since then. Even torpedoes and stuff are different now. Missiles actually work 9 times out of 10. Yeah, 3.15. Yeah, Lorville was way different back then. So it's a lot more spread out now. It's graphically, it looks a lot better. Even Microtech's been cleaned up and expanded. Crusader has a Orison now. They got Grim Hex isn't the only place there anymore, and that big space station that was there is gone. All right, come on. See, I wish they would make these hangars just a little bit bigger. Just a tad. Just a tiny bit. I bet I flew into this one sideways. That's the problem.
Have a pleasant stay.
So we went from 3. Has it been that quick? 3.15 to 3.19? I guess maybe. Oh yeah, these buttons don't work yet, but they will. They will. I have faith. There we go. Because they've been bringing a lot of ships up to gold standard. I just hope they get them all up to gold standard. I mean, it's flyable, but I don't believe that's the standard CIG's wanting to go with. I mean, see, here's the problem right here. Your landing zone, right? Your landing pad. It's too small. And even if I would have lined up the other way, I might have had more room. So I could be wrong about that. You're probably right. It probably has been that quick. 3.15. A lot of progress made during that time. Because there's been a ton of progress this year. I know COVID slowed down a lot of stuff. 3.16 was when you jumped off. So still, that's a lot of progression just in 1 year. From 3.16 to 3.19. That's saying a lot, given, you know, how we took forever to go from 3. What was it? I can't even think of it. Holy cow, look at all the guards. They're all in the wrong spots. But yeah, it took a long time to get to where we are now. What, 10 years? This game's been in development for 10 years. So we got to head to Central Business District. So for anybody that's watching that's never been here, we're at the Central Business District in Lorville, or we're going to it. It's pretty simple when you get out of the spaceport. You just look for the signs that tell you where you're going to go. Let's see, like right here, to Central Business District. This tells you how long it takes for the train to arrive. This tells you how long it takes before the train departs.
Considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good progress since you've played 3.16. Yeah, that's quite a bit of progress. Now I'll tell you the side doors on the Cutlass still don't
Next
work
stop,
for
Central
EVA.
Station.
Yeah, that sounds right. Hurston's always been my favorite system, but it is the most CPU intensive so far if after the big expansion. So when you're riding a train, you take a pretty big CPU hit. What was that? That was weird.
Now arriving, Central Station. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Lorville to Lua Moon. So you did all your trading in Hurston? Or most of it? Hurston's where I always. Yeah, me too. Hurston's just where I'm used to playing at. And ironically, I can still get lost in the main part. Even though this is where I'm always operating out of. I find that R-Core's a little... I don't know. I like the clean look at R-Core and at Microtech. But, I don't know. Something about Hurston. Oh, yeah. You most definitely put some hours in. All right. So we did not get bit by the cargo bug. So it is fixed. Thank goodness. So one SCU of Terranite sells for 6,000 credits. I mean, 7,686 credits. Borays, 3,000 per unit. We got 16 units, so that's 58,000. So Borays, not too good of a sale. So we can sell aluminum here. That was the big thing I was talking about just the other day. I didn't know you could sell aluminum here. Oh, you're good. I didn't know. It's not even a swear word. I don't know why that got whatchamacallem. Hold on. That's annoying. There we go. Auto moderation is see, that's funny. It that's not even a swear word. So why did it do that? So aluminum does sell here. Like I didn't know that. That was one of the things I wanted to test. It's worthless, but it sells. Hephaestonite, 2,000 per unit. So we're looking at 30,000. So yeah, we're straight up racking up the dough right now. 70,000 for the Laranite, 24 SCU. So it sells for 2,000 per container. Barrel, 2717, 84,000. Yeah, the new cargo menu's awesome compared to what we used to have. So, okay, so 6 SCU sold for 2,305 credits. So 384 units for copper. It's not that bad, but if you're looking at 100 SCU, you're only looking at, 30,000 credits. So I wouldn't go after it, but it's not too bad. So right now, inventory, you got very high inventory here at Loreville because, so used to, since you've last played, the economy wasn't as dynamic as it is now. So inventory prices fluctuate from place to place. So right now, very high inventory. They're only giving me 2,496 per SCU. That's pretty low for a Grecium. Average is like, I think, 27 to 3,000 per SCU. So we're going to take a hit by selling it here, but this is the only place I like to sell, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, let's look at our total now. I think we just made a little over 200. We made almost 300,000 credits. We're at 596,950. So that was really good. And that was only, you know, what was it? Yeah, it changes. It's not as dynamic and fluctuating as it's going to be. But yeah, so you'll get these things that pop up on the top of the screen that says price increase or commission on these items. So sometimes items will sell far more valuable than what they usually sell for in the game. Oh man, that drink I sat on that table is gone now. So we'll put a new one down. There we go. So I usually put these drinks, the empty ones, on these tables over here. And then I see how long they'll stay persistent. So I put the drinks there 3 days ago. So 3 days these drinks stayed persistent here at Loreville. So that's pretty cool. So it eventually does get recycled. But yeah, I was really impressed with the change to the economy where some prices do increase and decrease over time instead of it staying static. Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing. Like these drinks, like just laying on the floor, they'll persist for quite a while. I think everybody's got to be out of sector basically before these small items like the throwaway items get recycled basically. So this problem's still here. They don't stand in T poses often anymore, but they do just kind of stand inside each other. Also, if you run Caterpillar missions, if you get back in the play and you run Caterpillar missions, that's the evict hostels. A lot of times, those guys will respawn, like exactly where they're standing at. So you kill one, you kill two because they're back to back like this. Two more are standing right there in their stead. And, you know, by the time you kill two dudes in heavy armor, you're having to reload. And they'll smoke you in a heartbeat. And the AI is much better now than it used to be, too. Sometimes they'll stand if the server's really packed and it's got the FPS on the server's down. You'll get the where they stand in the elevators, but not all the time. It's harder to solo a bunker with nothing but your hands than it used to be because they are reactive, which is a lot better. So it makes the bunker play a lot more interesting. Like you can go into bunkers now and you'll find 3 or 4 dead players. You know, I solo bunkers all the time, but finding all these ships outside that are blown up and players' corpses still in the bunker, that's a more common occurrence than it used to be. Because, you know, used to everybody soloed bunkers because it was just that easy. But now a lot of people group play bunkers instead. Especially the $100,000 bunker missions or the 75,000 credit ones. To Metro Center, don't want to go there. But yeah, the AI's gotten much better. Now ship AI, not so much. They still try to crash into you when you're dogfighting. I can't remember where my ship is. Also, sometimes you want to make sure that the floor to the elevator is there before you step into it. Let's go to hangar 9, I think. Oh, yeah. As long as they know that you don't have gold. So that's somebody else's freelancer. So now we go to a different one. Also, they're going to be implementing trespass zones in ships. So if you get on somebody else's ship, you're trespassing. So they can, you know, deal with you accordingly. Nope, wrong area. That dude's just standing there. We'll find it eventually. And if not, I think that was what used to get me, but I understand why they do it if the server resets. So now, if the server resets, as long as you unstowed and restowed your ship, you should be able to keep it now. Persistence has gotten that far along. In the last update, that's what they tested for, I believe, 3.19.1. And I'm pretty sure it got fixed after that. Or it got fixed at 3.19.1. Because like the other day, they put out a message when they shut down the servers for everybody to check. To everybody to unstow their stuff and restow it. And when they did that and they did the server wipe without an update, like my Cutlass Red was still in my inventory, which was pretty awesome. I just followed the instructions. So I still have my rock that I bought in game, and I still have my Cutlass Red. And your armor and stuff, all my armor went to Hangar 6. I just visited Hangar 6. But yes, you can keep them until we finally get into when the real game actually launches. But yeah, they're trying to get persistence up to that level before server meshing comes online. But yeah, it most definitely the other day when they did their server reset to clear out all the garbage around the hangars and stuff, my ships were in my inventory for sure. And you figure that would have been something they worked on a while back, but I guess it was the whole mechanics of saving that stuff while they were still trying to work on PES. But yeah, it for sure worked. Now, when 3.19 hit, no, a lot of people lost their ships and everything. But when 3.19.1 hit, some people lost their ships, and then they did the server wipe the other day, and I think everybody kept their ships that unstowed it and restowed it. So as long as you buy it in game and you take it out for a spin and then you park it back and then store it, after that it stays in your inventory.
You are clear to launch.
So yeah, getting back in is most definitely much easier now. I gave a new player some credits the other day because they were in an Aurora, but they had a buddy playing with them and they wanted to be able to do group play. The two of them wanted to be able to team up and go out and do missions. So I gave them the money to buy a Cutlass Black in game, and he kept his after the server wipe too. I did confirm that with him. So that's another plus. because it wasn't a total reset. Like, we didn't even go back. We didn't even wake up at Lorville. We woke up at our station of whatchamacallem, where you set your respawn point at the hospital. Oh, were hospitals in the game in 3.16? I think they were brand new to the game in 3.16, weren't they? Or they weren't fully implemented yet. Yeah, that would suck. And I think that's why they worked so hard to get this last patch added to the game, because of that situation. Yeah, so yes, hospitals, you're right, because sometimes you wake up in the hangar in the if you woke up in a hospital bed, then you died because of no oxygen or whatever, no air. I remember that. That's been fixed. And as long as an event's not running, where they do a server load test, they'll run alien. Not what's it called? When the aliens come into the game and you got to fight them off. When they do that, uh, that's when we have the most issues. And it's just mainly just slowdown. I didn't even 30K during that. It was just a total, like, every frame I would move like 15 feet. So I actually had to log off and just stop playing for the 24-hour period that they ran that test. I forget what that event's called. Xenon Invasion or Xeno Threat. That's it. Xenon Invasions from X4, or the X series of games. Which, if you've never played those are pretty solid, but they're very robust. The economy systems in them are very dynamic, but it's a single player game. Yeah, hospitals, man, I remember that. Well, yeah, so they got the med gun and everything now. The med gun's working. You can actually be out in the field and save up somebody. I mean, you can straight save them. Yeah, it is weight. It's awesome. Even the new I th- the new Vulcan renderer. They keep adding to it and adding to it. They developed whole new game tools and everything for this next stage that's coming. The road to 4.0. If you get a chance, Space Tomato does some really good videos about all the changes that have gone on. The only video I really did that was worth a flip was when Free Fly event came, and that's how I was going over the career kits and stuff. And I did some videos on where to find the career kit items in game. So if you didn't want to buy them with real world money, you could actually find them in the game. Got some heat about that from one person, but we ended up seeing eye to eye, because I have, over the last bunch of years, I have bought multiple ships. So in the end, me and the guy saw eye to eye. But before that, we didn't. He did not like my view on the armor. But you could pay $10 for the armor, real world cash. It's not a bad deal. It's investing in the video game, in the making of the video game.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
But you can't insure it right now, so if you lose it until the next server wipe, when they reset all stuff. So the only big thing about Star Citizen that I've noticed was the amount of RAM that it takes now compared to back even 6 months ago. So, oh yeah, you're talking about the armor kits for $10. Yeah, I thought it was too. And until, in reality, until we have armor insurance, I can't justify me spending $10. And I can justify it with ships because guess what? There's insurance. That's awesome because you actually use less CPU if you're running it at high quality on the visuals. And I ended up having to upgrade to my RAM because it was using 17 gigs of physical memory before. Well, hold on, my bad. I had 16 gigs of RAM, and then I was streaming and I kept getting all this chatter, and I was like, what the heck is going on? I shouldn't be getting all this because everything else was up to snuff. And I realized that Star Citizen was pulling almost 90% of it. And then I upgraded to 64 gigs of RAM, and now it's pulling 17 to 19 gigs easily. Yeah, see, that's the same thing I did. I went from 16 to 64, and that made a huge difference. Because I actually stream from my gaming machine. I don't have a separate machine like some people do, or a capture card or anything like that. So I'm actually just doing it from my PC.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I did buy a second monitor though. That was I should have bought that a long time ago because I do a lot of graphic design stuff. And yeah. It's funny because when I used to work at my old company, I had 3 monitors. They were 3 medium size, I think 21-inch monitors. And now I have a 27-inch monitor, and then my secondary that I keep Streamlabs up on is 21-inch. It may be a 24. It's significantly smaller than my main monitor, which is kind of weird because I thought I was buying a pretty big monitor. But yeah, it is most definitely a RAM eater.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, I can't live without a second one now. That's for doggone sure. Because now I'm spoiled. Because I can work in Corel Draw on the left screen, and on the right screen I can have Krita pulled up or some other software. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, this is the med bay now. So each space station now has a medical facility. Room 3. And the Cutlass Red has 2 med beds. They're class 3. So eventually, the more damaged you get, the more of a chance that you're going to have to go to a real hospital. Because here, right now, you can treat everything pretty much here. Like, all I'm doing is resetting my sustenance levels and going back to 100%. And I need to make this my primary. Kel to RX. Current. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to be at. Yeah. But yeah, this is I mean, it works like it's supposed to. Refills your sustenance. Refills your health. The health guns work.
Attention. As of now, Lab 2 is off
Really?
all staff until further notice. No one go into Lab 2.
That is awesome. A hammerhead. I wonder why.
Getting the right treatment has never been easier. Thanks.
Dude, that is insanely awesome, though. No, Hammerhead wasn't part of Free Fly. Free Fly was over on the 17th.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I want to see if there's anything in mine. No, just an Anvil Arrow and a Drake Buccaneer. Both are pretty junk. But then again, I saw Burks take out 4 Cutlass Blacks with a dadgum Anvil Arrow. I don't know how he's got to have a joystick or something. There ain't no way. I couldn't do it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I bought a Aurora with in-game cash. So I don't know. It sucks. That's really cool. Maybe you got it as a loaner ship because of the Hull A? Or maybe because it's taken forever for... I don't know. That's awesome, though. You should log into your RSI account and see if it was added to your account. That would be really cool. That would be awesome. Because the Hammerhead is a really... I think it was nerfed a little bit recently, but it's still an awesome ship. So yeah, the ships that were available then in Free Fly were like the Cutlass Black, Cutlass Red, the Origin 600i, which I think is a useless ship. The Caterpillar, which that was amazing. Yeah, Reclaimer would be a good ship. And if you really like cargo trading, Caterpillar is huge. But Caterpillar is also an easy target for pirates because it's slow moving and not very well armored in the scheme of things. They're fairly easy to take out even for an adventure stalker. Oh yeah, and the Drake Vulture. You could the prospector, because they were doing the whole deal with the careers, right? So you had the Drake Vulture, the prospector, the Anvil Valkyrie, which the Valkyrie is pretty awesome. It's a 20-person drop ship, so you can drop in 20 troops. It's got turrets and stuff. It's really cool. I love it when the hangar doors are already open. So if you see the hangar doors already open, be aware sometimes the hangar's not actually open. So this here's the Vulture. If you haven't seen it yet, it's pretty awesome. And like I said, it's a utility one because it's for hull scraping. And hull munching, I'm pretty sure this section here is going to be for hull munching. Like, so you can crush up the rest of the ship after you strip the hull off of it. But I'm pretty sure that's coming in the next update. Because if you look, where's it at? Here's the cargo bay. See, they've added it, but there's no functionality yet. But you can pull your tractor beam out now. You can use it after you land, but not before. Yeah, I love this ship. You're talking about each trip you make with it, you can make 120,000 credits easy. And you can make tools in it. Like, let's say you need a multi-tool right here. You can make that. You can make the tractor beam attachment. You can make the attachment for fixing somebody's ship or stripping a ship. You can even make ammo for being able to do repairs. It's a wicked. It's one of my favorite ships. And you're talking about a relaxing gameplay loop. Absolutely no loop more relaxing than salvaging with a Drake. The most stressful thing about it is landing at Lorville. But yeah, they have all these hangers in. So I'm hoping Space Tomato's right, and we do get the personal hangers added to the game, because that's going to be awesome. Man, that's going to be so cool if you actually do own a Hammerhead to your account. That would be awesome. That's like that's like a $500 ship, real world money, I think. If it's even for sale, I don't even think it's for sale right now. Whoa. Anyways, it looks like it is time for me to go to bed, because I do have to get up in the morning, and the boss is standing there looking at me. So, SP Zombie, you have a good night. The other 3 folks that weren't in the chat tonight, y'all have a good night, and I will see everybody tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So same time I came on tonight. And y'all have a good rest of your night, and I will see y'all next time, okay? It was nice meeting you too as well, Zombie.